If you want the Minnesota Vikings to sign Odell Beckham Jr., as one NFL insider has hinted at, let's show him the love because OBJ wants to feel the love wherever he ends up signing in NFL free agency and maybe week 2, 3 weeks, somewhere in that range. Type skull in the comments section. Flood the comments section. Be the diehard Vikings fans I know you are, and flood it with skull to help get Odell Beckham to Minnesota. You're watching Minnesota Vikings Now. I am Tom Downey. We have all the latest on Odell Beckham and the Minnesota Vikings as Josina Anderson had Kirk Cousins on her show to talk about things going on and then hit this little tweet with a quote tweet of the video, which doesn't show very well because why would it? Should a certain free agent wide receiver add Minnie to the list? Now, I'm pretty sure she means Minnie as in Minnesota and not Minnie Mouse. It's with a Y. I don't know what we're doing here. I've never seen Minnie, M-I-N-N-I-E, unless I'm talking crazy person here, Producer Patrick, but I digress there. It's not the worst idea from Josina, who I will make note is quite close to Odell Beckham. The Vikings are a potential dark horse destination for Odell Beckham Jr. Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, the LA Rams, the Bucks, Chiefs, Bills, and Vikings are in the contention there. I want to focus in here briefly on the Packers and the Rams. Those two teams are kind of out of it. The Rams suck this year. OBJ has made it pretty clear he wants to play for a contender. That would certainly be the Rams, or the Vikings, a hell of a lot more than it would ever be the LA Rams. The Packers did beat the Cowboys, who the Vikings play this week, but they're not that great of a team. The Bucks have kind of been pushed aside. The 5 teams that have been publicly linked by Adam Schefter, in no particular order: Cowboys, Bills, Giants, Chiefs, and I'm trying to blank on the 15 there. Giants, excuse me. I could see Vikings being number 6, right? I think it makes a lot of sense. Some reasons why OBJ in Minnesota does work as a hypothetical fit. He's friends with Justin Jefferson, that LSU connection. He played with Kevin O'Connell last year with the Rams, so he knows the offense. Easy acclimation period there. I think it's fair to say Adam Thielen has probably lost a step. Being aggressive wins games in the NFL. You are really a half game, but we'll call it a game due to tiebreaker. You're a game back of getting that number 1 seed in the NFC. That's valuable. That bye helps you. It makes life easier for a playoff team. And we mentioned contender status. You got to make the money work, but you can make it work if you want to there. Before he went down with that torn ACL, Beckham was playing really, really well for the Rams. And imagine this 11 personnel package: Dalvin Cook, TJ Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and Odell Beckham. I think you already have the best 11 personnel package in the NFL, a top 5, top 10, whatever, running back and tight end. Best receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson. At least a good 2 in Thielen. Now Thielen and Beckham are your 2, 3. That's awesome. That is an awesome grouping and borderline unstoppable on offense. What do you think are the chances that the Vikings end up signing OBJ? Scale it from 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break happens to come here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know your thoughts on the chances of signing OBJ at the pinned comment of today's video. Moving on now from Odell Beckham to Patrick Peterson. We had Kirko Cousins last week. Now we're back to Patrick Peterson. He's wearing the chains this week. I love this vibe for Minnesota, by the way. He has earned it. He has been, I'll say it, prime Patrick Peterson once again. More on him in a little bit. But first, there are some Vikings jerseys on sale. The Justin Jefferson jersey still available for you guys. Get the jersey of the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL when you head over to chatsports.com/Vikings jersey. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. chatsports.com/Vikings jersey. Some numbers here from PFF. Their stats: Patrick Peterson in the past 4 games, targeted 6 times against the Dolphins, 3 catches, 1 interception, 2 pass breakups. Week 8, 5 targets, 2 catches, 3 pass breakups. Week 9, 2 targets, 2 catches, no pass breakups there. That's okay in the end. And then against the Buffalo Bills, another turn back the clock game for Patrick Peterson. 4 targets, did allow 5 catches, 2 interceptions, though, as well. I will make note, you're going, wait, 4 plus 2 is 6. How does 5 work there? He peeled off his man, wasn't actually targeted on that play. Someone else was targeted, but Peterson made the grab to make that interception there. Here's what Peterson said on that game-winning INT. I was on Gabe Davis, and I can show you my notes, the routes that Gabe Davis runs. Digs, posts, slants occasionally. He's right, by the way. He's a vertical guy. He runs, all of his route trees are vertical breaking stuff. Buffalo's concept in the red zone is laser, meaning they use the number 2 receiver as a clear-out guy, running to the opposite pylon, and the number 1 receiver is running a dig. They also love to run a double post. That's quarters beater. That's what we were in. Also, and Peterson will see this, by the way, very similar concept to what the Cowboys, you play this week, tried to run against the Packers in the red zone, and they didn't run it right, and they had bad spacing and ends up getting picked off there. Going back to my film study, I knew he was an in-breaking receiver. He showed that all game. It's crunch time. If he runs this route, I'm going to pick this ball off. Ask Trey White. I said to him, stand on the sideline, Trey, if they come to the side, I'm going to pick this off. They ran the laser concept. Josh thought he had it, and Josh is a guy who trusts his arm strength. Look, Peterson really has turned back, especially in this last, we'll call it month, the past 4 games there. He's not allowed more than 46 yards in a game. That was this one against the Bills, which he'll take with 2 interceptions. Like, 46 yards is pretty good anyway. Good test this weekend against CeeDee Lamb. I will make note, much like how the Vikings use Justin Jefferson, you will see Patrick Peterson CeeDee Lamb in the slot. Not sure they'll have him shadow. That's not typically what Peterson does. Lamb will play a lot of slot reps for this team. That would mean Shandon Sullivan then ends up matched up on CeeDee Lamb. I think Peterson can and will take away Michael Gallup, Noah Brown. Neither guy has been that impactful. It's the number 2 corner spot that tends to worry me just a little bit more from that standpoint. But PFF grades are grades. It is how it is. You care about coverage. I will make note, by the way, I don't understand math that great. Overall's 81. Coverage 83.5. The run defense is 60.5. Tackling is 70.7. I guess the math being skewed more in favor, but even like the percentage-wise doesn't match up quite right. But hey, I'll take it. 81 is an awesome grade. That is borderline elite play out of your corner. He's having a resurgent year. I'll say his best year since 2018, 2019. Probably before he got suspended by Arizona. That's probably as good as Pat Peterson has been. This has been a comeback year for Peterson. Will he make the Pro Bowl? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comments section. Do you think Patrick Peterson makes the Pro Bowl this season? Before we go, some news. James O'Shaughnessy, which feels like a good Viking name. It's very Irish and Viking. It all kind of overlaps there, I guess, in the end. He has signed with the Vikings practice squad. His numbers do not jump off the screen. 244 yards, 262, 153, 153. He is basically what you would expect out of a backup, more blocking-focused tight end. This is mostly a depth signing. It is maybe worth mentioning. Keep an eye on that Irv Smith injury, just some break in case of emergency. Like, oh no, we gotta get help in there. And O'Shaughnessy can be your number 3 tight end, special teams blocking. That's kind of what he brings there. He's not gonna replace Hawkinson, not gonna replace Irv Smith. Can't wait till Smith is back and you can run some 2 tight end looks. And oh man, that's so much fun for Minnesota. Might help their ground game a little bit too. O'Shaughnessy though, not hugely impactful, but we wanted to make note of it. If you watch to the end of today's video, thank you. You might as well subscribe. It means you made it almost 10 minutes on today's video. You like our content because you watched all the way through. We appreciate that. We do this every day. We got Vikings videos for you guys all the time, so don't miss out. Hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/@VikingsToday.